It's the last haul video for 2023, and it's a pretty big sized one, so come along and let's take a look at everything I picked up. Alright, so like I said in the intro, this is the last haul video for 2023. These are going to be all the manga and a few Blu-rays that I picked up in November of 2023. The December one will come in January if you're new to the channel. It's kind of how I've been doing it, is previous month at the end of the next month. You know, usually it's because I'm waiting on some things to come in. Anyway, also, as always, I'm going to go through publisher by publisher, from the one that I have the least amount of new books from to the one that I have the most from. And in this one, I actually have 3 months of new releases from Yen Press of stuff that they sent me, because a lot of those they sent me delayed due to some issues with package getting lost in mail and stuff like that. So those will come at the end of the video after I go through all the new releases that I picked up. Anyway, so let's start with the stack of books from some of the smaller publishers and see everything that I picked up. All right, so at the top of the stack, we got one book from One Piece Books, and that is Parallel World Pharmacy Volume 2. This one is a really fun fantasy isekai series. I'm not usually huge on fantasy isekai titles, but this one's a lot of fun, and the anime is out. I haven't watched it, but I have a friend who says the anime is really great, so if you enjoyed the anime, then you might want to check that one out. And one from Udon. I don't get many from Udon, but this is a new series they started up called Team Phoenix. As you might be able to see from the cover, it's a lot of characters from Osamu Tezuka books all coming together for this big team-up book. It's a sci-fi action series. Really interesting read, the first volume was, and if you're a fan of Tezuka's works, you might want to go ahead and check it out. Then I've got one from Webtoon Unscrolled. This is Everything is Fine Volume 2. I loved Volume 1, so I was very much anticipating the release of Volume 2, and it did not disappoint. Then moving on, I've got a couple releases from Titan Manga. We've got Atom the Beginning Volume 6 and Alpi the Soul Sender Volume 1. Atom is a ton of fun, and Volume 1 of Alpi was pretty interesting, so I'm looking forward to checking out more and seeing how it goes. At the very least, it's a very intriguing fantasy series with beautiful artwork, I will say that. And then two from Ablaze as well, another Tezuka book, this time one that's actually by Tezuka, 100 Tales. And Ablaze has a couple more Tezuka books coming out. They've just kind of been delayed and stuff. But this one is out, so pick this one up if you are a fan of Tezuka. It's a nice done-in-one little book. And also from Ablaze, we have Centaurs Volume 1. This one comes from Ryo Sumiyoshi, who is also the creator of a book that Seven Seas put out called Our Torsos Align. Fantastic artist. This one, of course, is about centaurs, and you can see kind of the intricate and interesting work that Sumiyoshi does on these creatures, and that's kind of what we also saw over in Our Torsos Align. Also, he is the creator of the series Mad K, just under a pen name. So if you've read that one, enjoyed that one, you might want to check this one out as well. Next up, two from Denpa. We've got finally the release of Mobile Suit Gundam Char's Counterattack Veltachka's Children Volume 1, and spoiler alert for one of my videos for next month, this is going to be up on my list of the best releases of 2023, because this book is absolutely beautiful, and whether you are an existing fan of Gundam or not, I recommend this one. I'm a Gundam newbie for the most part, and I jumped into this one just fine. It was a ton of fun, and now I'm going to be checking out some more Gundam stuff. And then the other one from Denpa is today's menu for the Emiya family. I forgot the full title there, Volume 5. All right, next up we got a couple from Tuttle. First is yet another adaptation of Osamu Dazai's No Longer Human. This one is much shorter than either Ito or Furuya's versions that we've gotten released in English in the past, but it is another adaptation of the same story, so if you're a big fan of the story, you might want to pick it up. I was just curious about how this adaptation was going to stand up to the others. And then we have Haruki Murakami manga stories. These are 4 short stories by that creator adapted into manga format with really fantastic full color artwork throughout this book. And it is a rather large release as well. You can see compared to No Longer Human, which is slightly oversized. This one is rather large trim size. Then moving over to Dark Horse, we've got Innocent Volume 1. This is going to be 3-in-1, so I think the first series of Innocent was 9 volumes, so it'll be 3 of these collecting the entirety of that run. And then the second series, Innocent Rouge, will be another like 4 volumes. So I've talked about this in the past, but keep in mind, if you are a fan of Shinichi Sakamoto's series The Climber and you would like to see that one in English, Dark Horse has explicitly stated that this series doing well will allow them to get that license and print it in English. So pick up Innocent, read this one. I haven't yet read my copy. I got it not that long ago, so I haven't had the chance to sit down and read it, but I am excited to get to it. Another one from Dark Horse, really exciting, is volume 14 of Berserk. Hardcover, of course, this is the final volume with material directly by the late Kentaro Miura. Everything after this is going to be from his Studio Gaga and other people working on it, not him directly, based on his notes and whatnot. But this includes volumes 40, 41, and the guidebook. So it does have a lot of non-manga material at the back. The guidebook covers everything in the manga through volume 38. So it's just some good extra material, so they didn't have to make this one super thin in comparison to the other 13 hardcovers. But we're done with the Berserk hardcovers for a while because it's gonna be a minute before we get enough material for the 15th hardcover. Then we've got 4 new releases from Square Enix, starting off with The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses, Volume 6. I believe this is the halfway point for this manga. And a new series from them, The Ice Guy and the Cool Girl. This one was a fun little office rom-com with fantasy twist to it. And then we've got Ragna Crimson, Volume, I think this is 11? Yeah, Volume 11. This one's anime, just recently started airing. So if you've been enjoying the anime that started up, you might want to go check out the Ragna Crimson manga from Square Enix. And then Soul Eater, the Perfect Edition. I believe this is volume 12. Yeah, so volume 12, I think there's going to be 17 of these in total, so we are getting somewhat close to the end there. So that's all from the publishers I didn't have that many books from. Next up, we're going to move over to 7 Seas. So let me go ahead and get that get that stack in front of me. All right, from 7 Seas, starting off, we've got Ayakashi Triangle, Volume 6. This one recently wrapped up in Japan. I think it's going to have about 14, 15 volumes total. I don't remember exactly, but it means it won't be that much longer before we end in the US, maybe a year, less than 2 years, I'd say, maybe. Black Knight Parade, this one is great, really fun. It's very rare that we get a Christmas-themed manga, like something that is strictly Christmas-themed. It's not that rare for like Christmas scenes, Christmas-related chapters, but this is a strictly Christmas-themed manga starring the like evil black-cloaked Santa Claus that services all of the kids on the naughty list, giving them gifts and stuff on Christmas, whereas the good red-cloaked Santa Claus services all the good kids on the list. Anyway, so this one's fun, and it is from the creator of Saint Young Men and Arakawa Under the Bridge, so if you're a fan of either of those series, you kind of know the humor to expect from this, and that might turn you on to picking up Black Knight Parade. I recommend it at least. This one is rather fun, candy and cigarettes. I think this one has a total of 10 volumes, maybe 11, somewhere around there. This is volume 6, so we're past the halfway point for this series. It's a fun, quick action series about a young assassin and an old assassin that work together. Then we've got Wicked Trapper Volume 3. Volume 4 is the last one of this this explicit, mature, 18 plus series. It's explicit, but it's not about explicit things. It is about a guy who gets into another world where he starts creating traps to protect a demoness, basically, from any like hunters and stuff that try, and explorers who try and come to attack her. He sets up these elaborate traps that he knows how to make because he was a video game designer in his first life. Then we've got a hardcover release, Ennead. This one is absolutely gorgeous. I loved this physical release quite a bit. This is it is a BL webcomic manhwa series. It's inspired by Egyptian mythology, but at least the first volume has like literally one like page with BL content on it, so it's not super focused, at least not at the beginning. Not that I care one way or the other, I just know that some people do, and I figure I want to mention it because I don't want someone picking up the book and expecting one thing and getting something else. But this one, if you are interested in Egyptian mythology and the gods and stuff, this is a fantastic like action drama about the Egyptian gods fighting against each other, and I really loved it, and the build of this hardcover is absolutely fantastic. It is available in a cheaper paperback edition as well, but I had to spring for the hardcover because I knew that it was going to be a beautiful release. And then we've got Last Game Volume 3. This is a shoujo rom-com series. It's pretty fun. Orb, the first of 4 omnibus, so this collects the first 2 volumes. This was such an intriguing read. I absolutely loved it. Couldn't put it down from start to finish. I highly recommend this if you are interested in like alternative history type books. This fills that kind of requirement. It is about someone who is going to a school to study theology, but he starts studying astrology and starts talking about how the Earth is not the center of the universe. And this gets a lot of attention from people because they're saying, you know, you can't be talking about those types of things. And basically the Inquisition comes and takes him away. And it's very, very intriguing. I highly recommend checking out Orb if you have a chance. And it's only going to be 4 of these $25 2-in-1 omnibus editions. And one more 2-in-1 omnibus is Tokyo Revengers. This is volumes 15 and 16. So we are at the halfway point for this series. It had 31 total volumes. And I think the material that's in here is being adapted in the 3rd season of the anime. So the anime and manga are kind of caught up with one another as far as, you know, the manga release in the US. Okay, so that's it for 7 Seas. Let's jump ahead to Yen Press and all the stuff that I picked up from Yen Press back in November. All right, so this is only the stuff that I bought from Yen Press. I do have a much larger stack of the stuff that they sent me, all of the new like volume 1s and debuts and stuff like that. So the stuff that I bought was Call the Name of the Night, volume 3, beautifully illustrated shoujo fantasy series. Higurashi, When They Cry Go anthology. This is like volume 3 of the Higurashi Go series, but it's just an anthology collection of stories by other creators. Honey Lemon Soda, this is volume 4? Yeah, volume 4. This is a really great shoujo rom-com. So if you want some just sweet rom-com manga, that's a good one to pick up. Oshinoko Volume 4, I don't think I need to introduce this one. Shadow's House Volume 5, great light horror fantasy series. Really enjoying this one. Sugar Apple Fairy Tale Volume 2. I loved the first volume when it came out, so I was very excited about the second volume of this shonen adaptation of the light novels. Great little series right here. And the final volume of Sunbeams in the Sky. This is I think, a shonen rom-com. I haven't finished this or read this volume yet, so I haven't finished the series, but I really, really enjoyed the first 2 volumes. So, and it's only 3 volumes, so it was an easy choice to pick up. The Beginning After the End, Volume 4, moving right along in this Tapas web series. And this is a series that I really love that started this year. The Summer Hikaru Died. Just really great, slow, burning, creeping horror series. If you're into like eldritch horror, like Call of Cthulhu and stuff by H.P. Lovecraft, this is definitely going to be one that you're going to want to pick up. I think that this is going to be a massive hit. It's such a great series. It's such a well-told slow burn story, and it is very greatly illustrated as well. Toge Oni, Volume 2. I haven't finished Volume 1 just yet, but I really loved the first chapter of it. It was very intriguing. And The Boxer from JH Volume 4. This is a fantastic action series. Definitely takes a lot of notes from series like Hajime no Ippo. If you haven't read this one, I do recommend it. And that's it of the stuff that I picked up from Yen Press. Next, we've got a really decent sized stack from Kodansha. So let's go ahead and grab that one. All right, let's get through these Kodansha books. First up is Joker, One Operation Joker Volume 2. This is the one where Batman somehow becomes a baby and the Joker decides to raise him. Just some more cute little comedy stuff in there. And then we've got Superman vs. Meshi Volume 2. That is Batman riding on Superman's back there. I absolutely love this one. It's super silly. It's just a lot of fun. And if you like food manga, gourmet manga like I do, then this is one that you will probably want to check out because you'll have a good time. Condition Called Love. This one's another great shoujo rom-com series. I believe this one is getting adapted in anime. It's hard to keep up. I know there's a lot of popular shoujo rom-coms that are getting anime adaptations. But if you want to get ahead and kind of get familiar with the series before the anime, this is a series that you want to pick up. Eden Zero Volume 25. This one's had an anime for a while, so no confusion on that. Seven Deadly Sins, 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. This is Volume 10 of the sequel spin-off series to the original Seven Deadly Sins, which Seven Deadly Sins Omnibus Editions, which I have been picking up, should be wrapping up soon with Volume 14, but they haven't solicited the 14th volume, so I don't know when it's going to happen. Shaman King Flowers Volume 5. Volume 6 will be the last volume of this series, which is also getting an anime adaptation somewhat soon, so if you've been waiting for it to end so that you can pick it up. Volume 6 is coming out, I think, in January, so that's the perfect time to grab the entirety of the series. Here's another one whose first volume I absolutely loved. Highly recommend it if you are into sci-fi stories like the Planet of the Apes prequel movies, specifically the first one of the prequel trilogy. This is Darwin's Incident. It's about a hybrid human chimpanzee that's being raised and starts going to high school, and a lot of crazy things that start happening around him due to certain extremist groups. Then we've got from Boichi, Origin Volume 1, this series finally coming into print. We still don't have Sunken Rock in print. I know that's one that a lot of people want to see. It does have an official English digital release, so maybe one day, hopefully with this one possibly seeing some success, we'll get that licensed for physical print as well. But we do have Origin. This was a really fun, action-packed first volume. If you like action, then I would definitely recommend it. If you enjoy his artwork, Boichi's artwork, then you know what you're getting into there. Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun Volume 4. This one's a fun little series. I think it's ramping up a little bit as the series goes on. Beyond the Clouds Volume 5, Shangri-La Frontier Volume 8. I know this anime started up somewhat recently. This is a really fun series, and Volume 8 kind of took a turn that I wasn't expecting for the series to go in. I don't even want to say what happens because it was that surprising to me. I don't know how far the anime has covered just yet, so I don't know that part has been shown. And then A Sign of Affection Volume 7. This one's got the anime coming really soon or just recently happened. I don't remember. I don't keep up with a lot of the anime and stuff. But this is also getting omnibus editions, so if you don't want to track down the individual volumes, even though there are only 7, the omnibus editions, the 3-in-1s, are going to be coming out soon. They will be the same trim size as this, the same like oversized trim, just 3 volumes in one instead of just the single. Wand Dance Volume 7. This one's a fun sports series if you consider Dance Team to be a sports series, and I do. I personally would. Wave Listen to Me Volume 10 from the creator of Blade of the Immortal, Hiroaki Samura. This one is about a woman doing a radio show, so it's a very far cry from what Samura did over in Blade of the Immortal. Then the 7th omnibus edition of Fire Force. With this one, we cover up to volume 21 of the original release out of, I think, 34. So we've been past the halfway point for a little bit there. And then Noragami Volume 8 Omnibus Edition. This is the last one for a while because we're still waiting on the last volume, Volume 27, to come out, both in Japan and then eventually in the US. But volume 9 of the omnibus editions collecting 25, 26, and 27 will be the last one. It's just probably going to be like a year before we get it here in the US. So that said, I recommend, if you've been curious about Noragami, to pick it up sometime in the near-ish future. It's the perfect chance for you to get caught up before the final single volume or the final omnibus volume, whichever way you want to do it, before that comes out. Now, that's it for Kodansha. Now moving into the biggest stack for the month, and that is, of course, Viz Media, and then I'll get into all of the stuff that Yen Press sent me over the past couple months. So let me grab that Viz Media stack. So you can see how big this stack is. I think last month the Viz stack was not nearly as big, like for my October haul, so this is kind of making up for that. So we got one from Shoujo Beat, and that is Queen's Quality Volume 18. Then we've got some from Shonen Sunday, Fly Me to the Moon Volume 20. Helk Volume 6, just finished this one this morning. Mao from Rumiko Takahashi Volume 14. This one has not had an anime announcement yet, but I feel like it's coming soon because they've said that Takahashi has a big announcement coming up, and it would make sense with this one being as far along as it is right now. It would make sense for it to be getting an anime pretty soon. 22 of Sleepy Princess in the Demon Castle. Then from the Shonen Jump line, Black Clover. This is volume 33. Let's forget the volume numbers on a lot of these. Blue Box volume 7. Blue Exorcist volume 28. D. Gray Man volume 28. It's been a while, but finally a new volume of D. Gray Man. Dark Gathering volume 4. I know that anime, a friend of mine has been watching it and said that the first season covered a lot of what's out there. So if you're just reading the manga like I am, we've got a lot of catching up to do. The Elusive Samurai Volume 9, I think this one's getting an anime pretty soon as well. Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 21. This one's had an anime for a little while. I'm joking, I know everyone knows that. Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible Volume 10. This one's ending pretty soon. Volume 11, I believe, comes out January, and then 12 is the last one, should come out in March. My Hero Academia Team Up Missions Volume 4. And then One Piece Volume 104. I'm going to cover the big spoiler on the cover of this one just in case. You never know who's watching and what they have and haven't seen. At this point, I feel like most people know what's up, but just in case, I just want to be safe. Seraph of the End, Vampire Reign Volume 28. Yes, got the number right on that one. And here's a really exciting release, Volume 1 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 6, Stone Ocean. And with this, these hardcover releases are now moving to they are 2-in-1 releases. They are moving to one volume every 2 months instead of a volume every 3 months. So now we're going to be getting these a lot faster than we were before, which is really exciting because that means we get to parts 7, 8, and eventually 9 a lot quicker than we originally would have. Chojin X Volume 4. This one's been a fun, action-packed series. Heart Gear Volume 2. I haven't had the chance to read Volume 2 yet, but Volume 1 was really cool. That's by the creator of Black Torch, so if you read that one, you kind of know what to expect as far as how good the artwork is, and the story is pretty intriguing as well. Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt Volume 20. Takopi's Original Sin, the all-in-one. This is from the same creator as the Ichinose Family Secret. This is something that that creator did before that series. I would not at all be surprised if Ichinose Family Secret gets released in English. It will probably be announced somewhat soon, since, if I'm not mistaken, the manga wrapped up not that long ago. And Zom 100, Bucket List of the Dead, Volume 12. I looked at the actual bucket list in I think the end of the 10th volume, and he had completed about 50 out of the 100 things. He didn't have all 100. If you read the series, you know he doesn't have it filled out completely, but he had done about 50 things, which means that the series should be about 20 volumes long. I haven't read past the material in the physical releases, so I can't say how much has been done in the upcoming chapters, but as far as Volume 12 goes, say he's probably done about 60 things on the list. And this is a big release for the month. Tek on Kincrete by Taiyo Matsumoto, the 30th anniversary hardcover edition. This is a beautiful edition. It's got plenty of colored pages in there, and this is the first time that it has been printed in the original right to left format. until now, the previous 2 editions have been flipped left to right, so that's a really big one. I'm really excited. I already own the 2nd edition, the first time that it was printed in an all-in-one, the paperback one, with the dust jacket, and I gladly picked this one up to upgrade because hardcover, it's flipped back to regular orientation. I'm very excited. So that's everything from Viz Media, and that's all of the new manga releases that I got for the month. I'm gonna go ahead and show a few Blu-rays that I got from Discotek, so a couple, just 3 different anime Blu-rays that I got, and then we'll go into all of those Yen Press releases of things that they sent me over the past, from stuff from I think October, November, and December new releases. So we'll look at those in a second. But first, a word from the sponsor of our video, Walt's Comic Shop. So people ask me all the time where I buy my manga, and right now I get the majority of my stuff from in-stock trades, and if it's something that in-stock trades isn't selling, I get it from the Crunchyroll store. So those are the 2 shops that I go for. And I believe both of those, I know In-Stock Trades does, and I believe Crunchyroll does as well. They ship internationally. However, international shipping can be really pricey, and sometimes if you buy internationally, buy with international shipping, when they ship it over, you also have to pay customs and all that kind of fees, and it just adds up and it makes it oftentimes not worth it for people. And that's why I'm really happy that for a while now, I've had Walt's Comic Shop as my sponsor. Walt's is a shop that's located physically in Berlin, Germany, but they do sell online as well, and they ship all over the EU. Now, if you've never bought from them before, you can use the code TheOmnibusCollector to get free shipping on your first order of €40 or more for anything shipped within the EU. But check out the shop. They have great customer service, really high ratings for their service and the product and stuff like that, great pricing as well. And they are a comic shop that sells not just all of the manga that we're talking about, but Walt's sells comics as well. So if you want to get into reading Western comics from Marvel, DC, Image, stuff like that, you can try some out from Walt's Comic Shop. I'm greatly appreciative of all of the support that Walt's Comic Shop gave me this year on my channel, and I'm also appreciative of all the support that you viewers have given to Walt's Comic Shop because it shows that, you know, we have a good thing going. I'm glad that I chose a good sponsor for the channel. Anyway, check out Walt's Comic Shop at waltzcomicshop.com, or pop into their physical brick and mortar store in Berlin and tell them that the Omnibus Collector sent you. Now, let's get all the Viz Media stuff out of the way, and I'm gonna grab the Blu-rays and the last stack, which is the Yen Press releases that they sent me, and then we'll be at the end of the video. All right, so we've got a few anime releases. I grabbed Aim for the Ace, Another Match. This is the 13 episode like follow-up series. They did the first series and the movie, and so this is the follow-up to that stuff, the tennis series. Then we've got Crying Freeman. Oh, this is the 6-episode adaptation of the classic manga series. I was not the hugest fan of the manga. I've stated that before. I love the artwork at the very least, but they put this one out for pretty cheap, and I really wanted to check out the adaptation and see how it looks and how it was adapted. So looking forward to checking this out when I do have a chance to. And we've got, I love the titles on these, Fist of the North Star, The Legends of the True Savior, Legend of Yuria, and Legend of Toki. These are the newer anime adaptations, like films, OVAs that are adapting the classic action shonen title, Fist of the North Star. Okay, so those out of the way, and we'll have a few more anime releases, I think, in my December haul to go over, but let's look at the stuff that Yen Press sent me. At the top, I've got a few releases. Well, I've got one from J Novel Club. If you're not aware, J Novel Club, who does light novels, does work in conjunction with Yen Press to release physical editions of some of their manga. This one is Reborn to Master the Blade, From Hero King to Extraordinary Squire, Volume 1. And then I've also got a few releases from their line JY, and these are like young reader stuff. These two are young reader light novels, not manga. The first one is Horror Collector, The Faceless Kid, and Phantom Thief Red. So if you've got young readers in your life who are really into manga and you want them to read something that's more of a, you know, got more words to it, a little more substantial, then those would be some great things for them to check out. And then they also have, this one recently came out, Amy's Big Brother by Bon Hyung Jung. This one is a full color little story about a the big brother is kind of the focal character, and he's going off to high school and excited that he gets to kind of take some time away from his little sister, who can be a little rambunctious and stuff. And so now he's dealing with the stuff that guys will deal with in high school. He's playing basketball, wanting to be on the basketball team, talking to a new girl, stuff like that. Now, I want to draw attention to the JY stuff because for some reason, not all of it is available on the Crunchyroll store. So you can go to like Yen Press's website, and I think they are available on Amazon if you want to check those things out. But for some reason, Crunchyroll does not have all of that available. Now, we've got a lot of stuff here from Eyes Press, which is the manhwa webtoon line. First up, we have Seven Fates Chaco. This one is in conjunction with BTS. They did a lot of them. They started a lot of series this month that, or in recent months, that are in conjunction with like K-pop groups. Dark Moon, The Blood Altar is with Enhypen. Have really shiny covers, all of these. And then this one is not with a K-pop band. Overgeared, this one's a fun action series. Then we've got, this one's really great, Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint, Volume 1. Really enjoying this series. I hadn't checked it out before, but I knew that it was a big release that they had coming out. I know there was a lot of hype around the announcement when they made it. Then we've got the Star Seekers with Tomorrow Together, another very shiny cover for one of these K-pop collaboration ones. And then we've got The Villainous Turns the Hourglass. Not quite as shiny, but very nice glowing looking artwork, like glowing golden on the cover of this one. Okay, now to the standard Yen Press stuff. We've got Bungo Stray Dogs is the prequel. It is Dazai Chuya Age 15. Couldn't remember the entirety of the title. This one has a really fantastic action-packed intro. Then we've got Cheerful Amnesia Volume 1 from the same creator as I think it's Witch's Love. I forget the title of that one, but it's the GL Harem manga that they put out a little while ago. This is by the same creator. So if you enjoyed that one, you might want to check this one out as well. Then we've got a May Be a Guild Receptionist, but I'll solo any boss to clock out on time. The title of a lot of these kind of tells you exactly what it's about. We've got Honey Trap Shared House. This one is rated mature, so just keep that in mind. It does come in a plastic wrap. And then we've got Kiss the Scars of the Girls. This is a Vampire GL series. My Poison Princess is Still Cute. It's a little rom-com series. The Red Thread. This one is a BL series. The Shiunji Family Children, this is a harem series by the same creator as Rent a Girlfriend, so you kind of know the type of material to expect there. And then we've got When I Became a Commoner, They Broke Off Our Engagement. And then next up is a big release of theirs, Bocchi the Rock. If you haven't picked this one up yet, and you're a fan of the anime, I do want to just warn, it is a 4-coma series, so it is 4-panel stuff. It's not going to be quite the same as the adaptation. I know the adaptation had a lot of flourish to it, and some people that have picked up the manga have expressed, they're like, oh, you know, it doesn't, the anime is a lot prettier or something like that. But if you're a big fan, you'll want to pick it up regardless. 15 Minutes Before We Really Date, romance series. Lord Hades' Ruthless Marriage. This is a beautifully illustrated fantasy series. Really great interior artwork on this one. I hope that YouTube doesn't get mad at me for showing the interiors. Minato's Laundromat. This is a BL series. Monthly in the Garden with My Landlord is a GL series. One More Step, Come Stand By My Side is a beautifully illustrated anthology volume with a bunch of stories by the creator Toryuman Takeda. I think this is the first work of that creators that we've had in English. I highly recommend checking it out because it is just a single volume anthology. And then a classic put back into print, Tokyo Babylon from Clamp, Volume 1. So I think there's 7 total. I'm not 100% sure. I think there's 7 of these that'll come out. But really cool to see Yen Press jumping on some of these Clamp reprints, and it's great to see Tokyo Babylon back in print for the first time in many, many years. So that is it for the November haul. A really nice amount of stuff that I got myself, and a lot of stuff that kind of piled up from Yen Press, things that they sent me back in November for stuff that was coming out in October, November, and December. So yeah, let me know, hopefully, let me know what you thought of the haul. Hopefully some cool stuff here. My hope with doing these hauls is that I can turn people on to stuff that they might have not picked up yet. I do my monthly buyer's guide videos to inform people of the things that are coming out, and then in the haul videos, I usually talk a little bit about things that I picked up, so that if you didn't decide to pick it up from the buyer's guide, maybe the monthly haul video helps you to be intrigued enough to pick it up. So if there was anything that I covered here that you didn't know about or you were on the fence about, let me know in the comments down below so I know if I helped you to pick up something that you otherwise would have skipped on. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching the video. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button so you can be notified for all the videos that I put out on a semi-weekly basis. And if you're not new here, you know that I appreciate you checking in, appreciate you spending time with me, and I'll see you all on the next one. Peace out.